Cancelled last year because I had a medical appointment.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's all right. You might get a sandwich for that.
Hopefully, everything will go ahead this time.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no reason why it shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not at the moment.
It's getting well subscribed. When Dave held me back the other day, he'd already got 100.
Yeah.
Had he? Yeah.
Yes.
What's it normally? It's normally over 200, isn't it?
Well, I think 200's maximum.
It is now. I know we've had 220 on, I think, at one stage.
Oh, right.
But that was before the COVID thing, so they still probably want to distance everybody up to a point anyway.
Lovely. Well, obviously we got Steve looking in sideways. Hello, our crew bar director, and Blackpool Bob.
Good morning.
The Bengals, or whatever they are like the Norwich City of the Premiership now, rock bottom or near the bottom, and in 2 years' time they've made it all the way through to this big.
Well,
big,
actually,
big
a better example would be Leicester City, Dave. That they were just like they only won two games last year, and then this year they're in the Super Bowl. So yeah, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Our favourites, are they?
Pete, what were you saying about Dave Pemberton?
He sent a note this week saying he's booked into the Travelodge.
Has he booked with Dave Jukes?
Yeah.
And got it confirmed?
I assume so. I don't think he'd have gone ahead with the other booking unless he'd have confirmed it. Seemed pretty confident.
Have you been confirmed, Colonel?
Well,
there's something wrong with my
hang on, Dave.
internet, Dave. So it's jumping in and out at the moment.
Right.
Sure, you'll actually be in Sydney.
You will, yeah.
Lucky old Sydney.
Yeah, I've got my bookings done. Got all my bookings confirmed today, so all done. Yeah.
Right. Very good. Sadly, I don't think I'll be able to be there either. If the rivers are still be up and running by then, Pat and I will be on the Royal Crown on that date, on the Rhine or the Danube. I'm not sure which.
Not sure who this is coming in. Probably Nick.
Nick Howard. He phoned last night. It could be Nick Howard.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Nick Howard. Yeah. Good afternoon. Good evening.
There he is.
Hello, Nick. Nick from Vancouver. Cool. Yeah.
Vancouver, Nick.
Good to see you.
Hello, Dick.
Good. And it's not quite a surprise after that lovely phone call yesterday, Nick.
Yeah, well.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So, well, Nick, have you met up with Blackpool Bob before, Bob?
Not that I remember. Don't know. I don't remember. Huh?
What ships were you on?
Got me a run through. Stratherd, Doosan, Arcadia, Holsover, Canberra, Oriana.
Yeah.
Is that a friend of yours, Bob?
Okay.
He started in 1954, Nick.
Oh, good grief.
Even before you did, Nick, from what you were saying.
I was at infant school then.
Well done. Hello, Morris. Nice to see you down there in Dover.
Hi, everybody.
Good. Yeah. Lovely. Good.
Yeah. Well, more Ashford than Dover.
Sorry.
What's the COVID situation in Canada now, Nick?
It's not too bad. As you can read, we've been a little bit disruptive in Ottawa, and the government's allowed it to get out of hand. And of course, unlike the States where you have the National Guard, which wouldn't allow this to happen, we like to talk a bit until the cows come home, by which time there's muck all over the place.
What about the truckers?
Oh, what a ruckus.
The truckers.
But in a way, I have a degree of sympathy for them because one, they weren't allowed to be vaccinated first, whether or not they wanted to. And two, they shut down all the loos on the motorways. So you can imagine, you can spend a penny actually in your cab.
Yeah,
After that, it might get a bit smelly.
Yeah.
Do it at the side of the road.
Yeah. But
Find
it's
the nearest grid.
how's things in the old country?
Yes.
Very wet. Very
And cold.
wet.
Wet and windy today, yeah.
It's been for about a week.
Boris says we can party, so
Of course.
Yeah, we can
Good.
have a barbecue.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll be seeing Stephen from Down Under later. We'll see if he's been having any Barbies this week.
Mowing the odd lawn as well at the same time.
Absolutely, just financially supporting the barbecue.
Keep his hand in.
Even better, even better. What was it? I loved it on his van. The advert. You grow, we mow.
Come here. Come here.
That's it. Who's that, Bob?
This is my mate.
What is it? Winston, isn't it?
This is Winston, yeah.
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 He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fruity, you can bring your pet in now.
Have you been looking on Facebook?
Is it a python?
No.
And Pete, congratulations on your World
Oh,
Football
the work. We rule the world.
Cup. You've won it all now.
Okay.
Oh, Blackpool will do it next year.
Oh,
We will, don't worry.
Yeah.
We will. We was robbed yesterday, the dirty bastards.
Yeah.
Is that how you were playing?
Yeah. I was walking down the steps from my seat to go out. I thought that's it, it's all over. It was only must have been 5 seconds left. And as I got to the bottom stop, they put the fucking ball in the net.
No.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of it.
Huh?
But in the wrong net.
Yeah, it was in the wrong net, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
Colonel,
Yes.
Colonel,
Yes, Nick.
your experience on the cruise ships recently, what's the atmosphere like?
Yeah, well, okay, so we did the two, as you probably saw, out of Florida. Just like the boys on the Princess Regal, it was tremendous being back, and we felt very safe. And funny enough, we did the week on the Princess and a week on the Carnival, and we were very impressed with Carnival cruises. We exactly the same on there. We felt safe.
Yeah.
I think Princess did a better job at that time of telling people to wear their masks. The very, very few who didn't, say in the show or something. The restaurants, of course, you didn't sit on a mixed table, just me and Cindy, which got a bit old after a while. We ran out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did cancel two because of the new COVID.
Yeah.
But we'll be going back again in April. Can someone let the Commodore in, please?
Hopefully I have. Hopefully I have, Colonel.
Thing stops Johnny.
Well, when the Commodore comes, we've all got to get on our game, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You see that photograph of my boy this morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to mention. Wonderful.
In Nassau.
In Nassau?
Nassau, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. And how long's he? Are they in dry dock?
About 3 weeks, I think. I'm not sure.
Right. And will he be going to another ship in the fleet after that? Still in Nassau?
Well, he comes home, and then the next time they want a ship in, then he has to go again. one of them.
Somebody's let Ollie in, John.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hello, Stan.
Hey,
Good
Stan.
evening, all. Good evening, all.
Good to see you. Bob was just mentioning about his son, who's the fleet. What is he? The
Technical something or other. Manager,
Superintendent.
I don't know. He's been seconded to Holland America just now.
Mhm.
But he started with P&O and then they put him on Princess. Then they put him with that posh one for a short while, but that was only for a few weeks. What they called the very expensive ones with the small ships.
Region,
Seaborn.
Huh?
Seaborn.
region or Seaborn?
Seaborn. That's the one.
Seaborn, yeah.
Seaborn, yeah. And now they've put him with Holland America.
Oh, was he working his way through the group?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good to hear that.
Well, he was a 4-bar engineer on Princess Cruises, and then he took a job in the head office in Santa Clarita. And then when all this COVID came, he thought, well, he might as well be at home, was working over there. So he came home, and now they've transferred him back to the UK from the States. So his quid's in his lapping.
Oh, very nice. Very good.
Yeah.
So where's he based?
He lives now near a place called Burscough near Southport, but his head office is Southampton.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they work from home. He works from home all the time.
No, I don't know how they can do all that, you know.
No, I don't either.
But particularly in a technical sense, I mean, they can't get their hands on it. I suppose they've got all this sort of stuff, you know,
Well,
Zoom and what have you.
He does all his work. It's computerized and on the phone. But then when he has to go for a refit, he just flies out.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very good. Hello, Ollie. Nice to see you.
Everyone, good evening. Ollie,
Good to see
you've
you.
been quiet lately, Ollie?
Sorry?
You've been quiet lately?
Always a quiet person.
Oh, you went house hunting last week, didn't you?
Yeah, well, no, I went, when we went to go up to the, do that walk in London,
Yeah.
I got sort of a thing from the estate agents. There was 2 bungalows that came up, and that was on the Wednesday. When I got there, one had already gone, so I went for the second one and got it so far.
Oh, well done.
You got it, have you?
Well, they say you've got it, but it's going to take about 4 months with all that's going on with this COVID and everything. There's such a backlash of getting everything, all the paperwork done, that it's taking a lot of time.
Yeah.
You sold your-
Is it far from where you are now?
No, it's literally about 10-minute drive.
That's all right, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
good.
In a place called Lancing. I mean,
Lancing?
Lancing, yeah.
Is that Lancing with an L-A-R-M?
No.
It's the posh southern pronunciation. You might know it as Lancing or something like
Yeah,
that.
that'd be better, yeah.
Lancing.
Yeah.
You sold your place, Ollie?
Yeah. Mine went last year. I sold it last year, kind of thing, on paper, but I couldn't sell it because I had nowhere to go. And that's what's happening at the moment with it, everything's going on.
Right.
You still got a buyer?
So got what?
You still got
The
a
buyer.
buyer?
Yeah. Still flat. Yeah, I'm all
You've still
right.
got the original buyer, haven't you, Ollie?
You're going to say hi to the boss, Dave?
Yes, we are. Hello, Phil. I've done it, Colonel. I've done it, but he's ignoring us.
Can't see him.
Phil.
Time to get in.
He's on his phone. Yeah.
Okay. Phil, can you see anybody?
I can see Phil.
Yeah, we can.
See, Phil.
He's had problems with his devices.
It's on. You're on your phone, Phil.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie says it's 23 degrees in Bermuda.
Well, Charlie said that.
Yeah, he's just texted it. No, we sent a message.
Well, in the
23
absence
degrees.
of Brendan, oh, what a shot.
Yeah.
Nice one, Scotty.
In the meantime, I got a question for Stan. Stan, did you know the gentleman who passed away this week, Mr. Harrison, Paul Harrison, who was a purser?
I think I met him once. I never sailed with him.
Because he went to sea before Blackpool Bob.
He did, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Flipping heck.
Was that a week before Nelson?
Yeah, but I am.
Just after Noah.
Between Nelson and Noah. Yeah.
But I tell you, if you read his bio, what a tremendous history. He wanted to go into the Navy to get away from being a soldier. And he ended up being a lieutenant on one of those landing things at D-Day. You know,
Wow.
that's amazing. Yeah.
Your dad was over. Was it same where your dad was, Colonel?
At that point, my dad was at Dunkirk, and then he was in the desert. But yeah, same thing. Yeah,
Okay.
amazing.
What cursed the one when we ran away?
Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd say that.
No,
All right. Come on, Dave, get it going.
No, well, I was just catching up with. So hopefully, Phil's coming back in. He might hear us, but he was just checking his audio. Phil, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know who's in the bar, Dave. That's because on the phone.
Well done. Well done. Good to see you. I hope you're well, Phil.
Yeah, all good. Thank you very much. And I hope everybody else is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super.
No, John, you okay? Yeah, I'm at the hotel at the moment.
Right. Is that become a bit more of a regular?
Well, at the moment, yeah, we're so short of blooming staff. That's the trouble. Anyway, as long as I'm here, they won't.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're okay.
Yeah,
Keeps me out the rain anyway.
oh, crikey. It has been today. Flipping heck.
Dreadful.
Well, you can always pop next door to the standing order.
Well, I'm going there later on, actually, Dave. Yeah. Hello, who's that?
Who's? Oh, can you see Nick Howard, Phil?
Hey,
Can you see Nick Howard?
Hi, Phil.
hello, Nick. Nice
How
to
we
see you,
doing?
mate.
Doesn't look like you've aged a day.
How much do you want to borrow? How long you had that beard then?
Since 1983,
Oh, gracious me.
Yeah.
just after I left the Sun Princess in
When you
82.
left, yeah.
Got
God
ma-
alive.
married. I think I got married about 9 weeks later than Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he had the trial run. I checked to see if it's working for him. Then I got married.
Oh, good. That's well done. Well, you're
Yeah.
looking good on it anyway.
Yeah, I've been living in Vancouver since '83.
Lovely place.
I now live in West Vancouver, so I look out on the water
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
and I see those poor buggers and all those container ships. I think there's 2 ships, the Yang Ming, big Chinese company, been out there
Yeah.
11 days at anchor.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
the same time as it gets to go across the Pacific.
Yeah.
And these poor guys can't get ashore,
No, must be
Can't, you know.
terrible. Yeah.
can't get the
That
internet
they'll
like we
wait to
can.
unload, yeah?
Well, it's lovely to see you, Nick.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Nick, where you live, are you anywhere near? I think it's called Madonna Crescent or something in West Vancouver.
If there is, I haven't discovered it yet.
Yeah. Only friends of mine had a place there. I've still got it in actual fact, which looks out over the water across to where we dock, sort of thing.
That'd be north, but maybe towards North Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
North.
because I can see Canada Plate. You remember that pier we used to tie up in Vancouver?
Yeah.
An old wooden pier.
Yes.
Yeah, and then of course in about 1982, the Queen came over and put a couple of shovels full of cement in. Surprising what she can do. And now you look at the terminal. It's amazing.
Yeah. It was done for the World's Fair, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's a bit of a white elephant because from October through till March, you can't do anything with it. There's no facilities to unload any cargo.
Mm.
Yeah.
Passenger terminal.
Yeah.
Why?
I've used it. Well, I've used it on the Sun and the Pacific, I think.
Yeah.
What,
It's
the old one or the new one?
The new one. The
new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we sailed out. We sailed out of there when we went to Hawaii from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, while you're on, and Stan, you would have been around, and so would have you, John Herbert, in '67. You know, when the Mary did her last trip over from Southampton to Long Bay.
Yeah.
Were any of you on the Oriana at that time? Because the book I was been looking at, there's a picture of her alongside in Southampton.
No,
two of them.
Not then. Not
Not
there.
s-
Not at that time.
No, I wasn't. I was 67. I'm just trying to think where I was. It's probably.
I think I was on Chusan at that
I
time.
was, I was just thinking I probably would have been a Ronzi. I'm not sure.
How about you, Stan?
I was on Canberra then, because if you remember 67, 66, that was a proper strike, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was on
Phil,
Chusan then.
Sorry, Phil, you would have probably been around. Where were you, Phil?
What?
67.
The proper strike, I was on the Chusan.
Yeah, I was there as well, Phil. You were there as well. Yes,
That's right, yeah. Because they had somebody's wedding in Sydney. Who was that? One of the chairmen?
Yeah, that was what's his name?
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I made the wedding cake for them.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah.
I think
You
it was
make
named in a
the
minute.
cakes
Donald
for
Anderson. Sir
everybody.
Donald Anderson. Sir Donald Anderson.
Yeah.
Didn't he die on the Canberra?
No, I don't remember that.
You're the historian, Scotty. But if you say it, it happened.
I vaguely remember one chairman dying on one of the ships I was on. I think it was Canberra, and it was in Los Angeles.
Well, I think I'm not sure. Did Lord Stirling, did he take over after Sir Donald Anderson, or was there somebody else in between?
There were several others.
Was there?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I was looking, if you remember, in those days, they used to make a little video that they used to send out to the ships,
Yeah.
just talking generally about what was happening, what was going on. And there was a chap called Christopher Stuart Smith.
No, I don't remember him.
He didn't last too long.
Wasn't he chairman for a while? P&O Cruises for a while, Stan.
Sorry?
Wasn't he chairman of P&O Cruises for a while?
Who are we talking about now?
Yes, Christopher something
Stuart
Smith.
Yeah, well, yes, it was him, but he was also involved with Princess.
I got a feeling he came on Sea Princess at one stage. I'm pretty sure he did.
He was a bit of a plonker, actually, to be quite honest.
There was a lot of them about.
You can say that again.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah, Hilda, thanks for the cake you sent us last week.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, we haven't started eating it yet, but it's great. It's great. Thank you.
Did the naked girl jump out of the top?
No, I will say yes.
She's still in there.
I'll tell everybody individually what actually did come out of the cake, but for now we'll say yes.
Looks lovely anyway, whatever it is.
Yeah. Phil, what were those cake and arse parties? I can't remember. I never remember getting much cake.
Listen here, Mr. Inge, you
I only
remember them
supplied the
very
cake.
well.
Dave, we got the Commodore in. He's up.
Commodore, you've had some cake in your time, haven't you? Birthday cake.
Who?
Phil, not one of your cakes. No. One of
Mine.
Anyway, thanks for the cake. That's all we need to say. All right.
If
So,
you take the picture down there, we'll change the subject.
yeah, I'll just change the cake. What subject are we on to now? Sorry. Oh, let's just go back
Actually, if Brendan was here, he'd ask you the question that did you pay your parents' bar tab in St. Ives?
Yes, I did. Yes, yes. And I had to apologise to the locals as well. Oh, I tell you what, we went down to the pub. I'll just put that one up for now. Went down to the pub in St. Ives, or one of them, and the barman, he was a Bristol City supporter. Now, how I've never met him before, I don't know, because there's only the two of us that exist. So yeah, that was good. So yeah. And also, Stan, in this coming summer, Hebridean Princess is coming down on the south coast.
Oh, interesting.
But I was hoping, I just checked on the itinerary. Last time it did come into Poole, but sadly it's not this time. But it might well be going to Weymouth or Portland as one place. And I was going to check the other way as well. Would you be interested if I do go? Would you like to come?
I certainly would. I'd love to have a look.
Yeah, I'll find out. Sorry?
Who's in command there at the moment?
It's Richard Heaton is the senior master, and the other master, the relief master, well, back to back master is Kirk Blacker. He's only 31, the younger one. And Kirk lives down in near your way, Morris. He's down near Kent.
Okay.
Yeah, and he knows. Come on, who's the deputy purser that lives down your way, off the ferries from years ago? Goes on the walks.
Oh, that's Martin
Hawker.
Martin Hawker. He went to school with Martin's two daughters. He knows the family really well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know either of those two names, but I didn't think I would. I don't know hardly anybody at all on any of the ships now.
No.
What month would that be?
John on the Regal Princess. John
Foster.
John Foster. Yeah. It was lucky he was on there when we did the trip.
What month would the Hebridean be coming down, Dave?
I think it's July. But I can confirm. You could look online if you want for Hebridean Princess. Yeah. July, August. But yeah,
is that the one that come into Goa, Dave?
It comes down your way as well. Comes down.
I say, was that the one that came into Goa when I met you?
No, that was the Hebridean Spirit.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Oh, we've got two international entries.
Two international ones. Charlie from Bermuda. Good to see you.
Stephen from Aussie. Yeah, great.
And Steve's not in yet. He's just about coming in from down under.
You got your note, Charlie. 23 degrees.
Yes. Okay. I knew I'd be asked that question, so I thought I'd get in early.
We were desperate to know it. But it's funny that
it's quite cold here today, so as you can see.
Great.
Steve Watts is in at the same time as you, and I asked Steve to send me a picture. I have got the picture, Steve, but I'm having trouble getting it up on my screen. And it's the first picture I think we've seen of you, Charlie, from the Arcadia days, the football team, where you're wearing a very fetching pink outfit.
Oh, was that on last week, Pete?
Yeah, Steve sent it to me.
Yeah.
What
can
was
you
that
get
on?
it? Is it? I think Steve's going to get it up, are you?
Oh yeah, okay.
Let me try. I see he's dumped his fella shirt this week. Yeah.
I say at our age we have a problem getting it up.
Whoa.
What the pink kit?
The pink kit.
Coming, slowly but surely.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh, is that Charlie in the pink?
In the pink.
Well, I'd be blowed.
Where?
In the back row, the back.
Stood up in the middle.
Yeah.
Tell her.
Well, I can't see it yet. Where's that?
You might have to swipe across. Are you on your phone?
No, on the tablet.
Oh yeah, you might not get all of them up on your screen.
When was that taken, Pete?
That must have been Arcadia 78.
See you later.
Oh,
That's a
Something
rugby.
like that.
That's a rugby ball we've got there.
Yeah, we were. I think we were playing.
Yeah, you want
rugby.
some? Okay.
I've got a picture
what room were you
somewhere
in?
of
64. 64. Okay, milk and
Got Phil's orders.
I've got a picture of the Arcadia team taken in
Milk
I think
and
71 or 72
tea.
on
Okay.
the Weldeck.
64.
I think it's a bit later than
You
that,
what?
Ronnie.
What?
You're in charge
I
of.
think it's
right.
about
Oh,
78.
yeah, I see it. That
can-
was about 72.
Thank you.
Is it really? Blimey.
Yeah.
This is like Faulty Towers. I've got Phil saying, you got milk and sugar.
I'm up
Hey,
the
I
wall.
don't
I've
think that
got.
was
I've got to
pink, it was
go.
crimson.
I'll see you
Oh
later.
yeah.
Oh,
Phil.
Phil's going.
Bye-bye.
Phil's going. All right.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Phil. Cheers.
The
Cheers.
picture
Good to
I
see
had of
you.
the Arcadia football team was at Fiji on the Weldeck before we played the Fijian Police, and they're all in yellow then. Yellow kit, I'm sure it was.
And did you win?
I can't remember.
I doubt
All I
it.
remember was running around on that pitch with these huge Fijians,
I
and
know.
it had absolutely rained, like, absolutely hacked it down, and there were frogs everywhere on the
There were
pitch.
frogs
You're
I rem-
oh, the dodgy
were
Fijian
frogs
policemen
everywhere,
or
yeah.
frogs. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
Are
remember
you in
that.
that picture, Stephen?
No.
But I'm
No.
Oh, okay.
next to. I'm about. Is it Dave
Get out the
Hartwell?
way.
But where's
I'm
he?
next to John Murphy and the Shark.
Right. You got
Is that
John
Dave
Crisp
Hartwell?
there, Andy Ellis, Mel.
Tim Taylor, Tracy,
Yeah, Tim Taylor.
Big Tracy.
Yeah,
John-
Tracy Dawson. Lights there.
John Crisp.
Yeah, John Crisp is next to Tracy. Tracy's got his hand on his shoulder. And the other guy next to him is Andy Ellis. He was a baker.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Come on, host. Where are you? Anchorman?
I can't see the pit. I can see bits of it, but I can't see all of it.
It wouldn't be related to Tony Crisp.
No.
The Anchorman's fallen asleep.
You remember Tony Crisp, Bob?
The name rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuzzy ginger hair.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right. It comes to me now. Yeah.
I think
That Crispy was from
He worked
Balham in
in the
London.
Benito bar, didn't he?
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I upset him one day. I pinched one of his sausages. Yeah. Yeah, he had a plate full. He had a plate full of sausages in the pantry. And I went in there for some reason. I wasn't working in there. I just went in there, and I saw this plate full of bangers. And I just took one of these. Face went. Well, you'd have thought he'd been kicked, but anyway, yeah.
Well, that meant that one of us had to go short. Yeah.
Bob, when would that have been on Canberra? Because I know I was talking to Adrian Smith today.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember where we first sailed together.
Well, it was either Canberra or Oriana. I think it was Oriana.
Or possibly both. But I
Well,
seem to
it could have
remember
been.
I seem to remember John Crisp as well. But so that must have been Canberra then.
Yeah, Canberra, Tony Crisp, Canberra.
Well, I worked in a lot of bars on the Canberra, but on the Oriana, I only had two. I worked in the Lookout. I was by myself in there. And then I went down in the Monkey Bar with Cass and Mick Ridgebell.
Franklin.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that's where you were.
Yeah.
When I first met you with.
I'm pretty sure it is, because I can't remember being on any other ships where they had fruit machine mechanic or whatever your title was.
Well, they did on Canberra as well.
Yeah, whether I don't remember the being one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Canberra, they were in the Meridian room, weren't they?
Yeah, they were when I was on there. Yeah, they moved them after that because there was a big problem. What they used to have classical concerts in the Meridian room.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure if you were still there, Stan, then. And the problem was that the noise from the fruit machines used to disrupt the bloody classical concerts. So we used to have to close the fruit machine room down while the concert was on.
Right.
Then open it up again between concerts and then close it down again for second sitting, which of course was a loss of revenue. So in the end, they moved them down to the other side of the William Fawcett room on the opposite side to the cricketers.
Yeah.
Which,
Right. Okay.
I think then it was the photo gallery and they swapped it round. And the fruit machine.
I don't remember fruit machines there at all.
No, it's probably after your time on there, Stan.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, they weren't down there when I sailed on there as a fruit machine op. They were down there when I went on there. I took my mum on there on a cruise in '86, and they were down there then.
I can understand the problem in the crystal room.
Yeah, well, it wasn't actually the crystal room, Stan. It was that other room. It was just past the lift. You had two rooms opposite each other. They had the Joker 7 in 1 on the port side, and the starboard side was the fruit machines.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
As you went into the Meridian. But
Cliff,
and as I say, they ended up
Cliff was the barman there, I think.
moving them.
Got it. Well, it's quite Steve down in Sydney. Steve, would you be able to send that photo with Charlie in his little pink number through to Colonel, and he'll edit it in to the crew bar? Is that okay?
It's Stephen Phillips. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's a nod. That's
I thought I might have it, but so it's like there's so many thousands of things on the phone, I can't find it.
Yeah.
I got a question for Nick. Are you selling cruises, Nick?
Still selling, yeah. In fact, that's the only thing that's really buoyant these days, because as with Cindy, there's no risk basically, and if you're thinking farther ahead with reduced capacity, I tell my clients yesterday, put your money down there with ambition to travel. Don't wait until you see a clear horizon.
But talking about cruises, I don't know if the rest of you guys know this, but Crystal Cruises went bankrupt because to the Hong Kong bank. But there was a world cruise, right? A world cruise, a 4-month cruise, and like 2 days in, they got on the blower and said, "By the way, you've been offloaded in Aruba. We're done." Imagine that.
Yeah, and of course they actually Aruba wouldn't allow them in, so they went back to the Bahamas.
Yeah,
and they put them on a ferry from the Bahamas to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
That's pretty shameful. A great cruise line, Crystal. I sailed on them.
Oh, so did I. Yeah.
Beautiful company.
In fact, if you guys don't know the story, I'll make it short. During the Avignon Princess Cruises reunion, Cindy had booked a cruise on Crystal from Venice, just a 7-day cruise. Well, at the airport in Seattle, the New York travel agent called her as we were boarding the plane, and they said, "Would you mind if we bump you?" Well, I said, "Forget it," right? But Cindy, being the opposite, said, "Well, what will they offer?" Well, they offered us a 2-week cruise with a penthouse and a butler anywhere in the world. So we cancelled the Venice one and we took that. So we had a 10-day cruise out of Sydney to Bali with a butler, and I'll never forget it. But anyway,
that was on Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal. Yeah, Crystal Symphony. Yeah.
Who actually owned that company?
Sorry?
Who owned Crystal? Because they were very highly thought of, weren't they? You know.
It got sold a few years ago, Stan. Because I
Yeah.
remember in Avignon, Andy Hiscox, God bless him, he told me the story that the company wanted to recruit him to work because they wanted to get the blueprints of the Princess ships to build their new ships, but they wanted to have half the cabins.
Yeah.
And Andy was involved with that, and then it fell through, so he stayed with P&O. Yeah.
I think it used to be owned by NYK, Japanese shipping company.
Yeah.
Point is that they didn't really invest. They had these 2 ships for 20 odd years or so, maybe even more, 30 years. And only recently they put some money in it. But unfortunately, this turned up and it was too late.
Yeah. Sad.
So what was the reason they went skint?
Hong Kong Bank. Yeah.
They owed $6.5 million in fuel, didn't they? Fuel charges.
Yeah, but that was nothing. You know, $1 or $2 million. Crikey, we could have paid for it. Taking over the ships.
I understand what you mean, but they've not paid the fuel bill. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's don't get
They
wrong.
gave their money away in cabins to the likes of the Colonel and Mrs. Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's your fault, Johnny. It's your fault they went.
Blame me. Yeah.
But you enjoyed it.
It was like living in Hollywood for 10 days, Stan. I mean, the butler came in and he says, "Well, what do you want in your bar, sir?" So I said, "A bottle of Stoli, a Bailey's," and you know, it's just a different world.
Yeah, that I can believe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave you guys.
Oh, all right, Stan.
Been given the hard. Yeah. See you next week or the week after.
Thank you, Stan. Always a pleasure.
Goodbye to Stan.
All right.
Goodbye, Stan. And hello to Gizzy. Hello,
Good evening,
Gizzy.
all. Excuse my
Well
tardiness. I didn't get a link. I didn't get a link on Messenger, so I had to type it in all manually from the Facebook site.
It was there, Gizzy. It was there. But
okay. Well, it's not come up on my phone on my computer.
It's on WhatsApp as well.
Pardon?
It's in WhatsApp as well.
Yes,
I got the link off WhatsApp, but it normally comes through on Crew Bar, but it's not come through.
If you've got it from the week before last or anything, Gizzy, it'll still be good to use.
Oh, you can use it. I didn't know if it was a fresh one every week.
No, it's always the same.
It'll be the same one, so not a problem. Not a problem.
Did you just come back from the football, Jim?
Yeah, I have. I came back. Been back about half an hour. But sorry.
What a game!
Yeah, a game of 2 halves, really. I thought they were easily better than us first half, and I thought second half we were easily better than them. But the old Achilles heel, mate. Injury time. Let them score.
Yeah.
I know exactly what Brendan told him at half time, Gizzy. He said, if you arseholes don't get out of your half, I'm deducting your pay.
It usually works. Yeah, I got back about half an hour ago, but I had to go around and fetch my dog from my girlfriend. So I thought I'd just catch the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Appreciate it, Gizzy.
Yeah, so sorry, I've been out of action a couple of weeks. I've had quite a bit on. I was on a helicopter a couple of weeks back, and I think football last week, and then football again next week on a bloody Sunday. I'm sick of Sundays.
Hey,
by the way, I regress. I apologize. I got a message from the caveman, and the reason he doesn't come in on Sundays, he has to visit his mother in a home. So it's the same as Cindy's dad. So that's why he can't come on Sundays. But he sends his regards to everybody.
No problem.
That's nice. That's good. That's good of him.
Yeah.
Actually, talking of updates, I just let you know that Oscar's not been very well.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah. No, he's got some heart problems. He's having breathing problems, can't walk very far. He's been for some tests. He's hoping to get an Oscar tail over to me tomorrow, but he phoned me earlier. He phoned me in the week. Yeah, not been feeling very well at all.
That's too
The
bad.
thing is, Oscar in Newcastle.
Carlisle.
Carlisle.
Yeah, I was speaking to him the other day, and he didn't sound his usual vibrant self at all.
Don't worry.
No,
Oh, it's a
no,
let's hope he,
no,
let's hope
Nick, he wasn't. When he spoke to me, he'd been for an echo sound, and the guy that did it said this doesn't look very good. And he'd been
Nice.
a cardiologist.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly when he said he had to go and see him, but he's still working, still going to the cathedral and everything. But
How old is Oscar? Does anybody know?
I think he's 76.
Oh, is he as old as that?
Yeah, really? That's what he said. I didn't realise he was that old.
I didn't think he was as old as that either.
A youngster.
Yeah.
Well, if he's still kicking around, I'm going up to Carlisle in September to a music and beer bash just outside of Carlisle. So I'll get in touch with you.
Another festival.
Pardon?
Another festival.
Another one, yeah.
Gizzy, you're going everywhere.
I'm going up there in June. I'll pop in.
Yeah.
You'll have to do the cathedral tour.
Yes, I'm hoping to get one free, Steve.
After.
Yeah, we're going up in June.
Hey, Gizzy, don't get there too early. You'll be taking the tour yourself.
We'll be down your way in March.
Bar down the road as well.
What you say, Derek?
There's a nice little Mexican bar just down the road.
Oh, you seem to know it.
Mexican
We'll be
bar
going
in
down
Carlisle.
to Carlisle in March.
In March.
Yeah. and then we're going up to Carlisle in June.
We've still got a wall. We've still got a wall outside Carlisle to stop the jocks getting in.
We're going to go up there and throw bricks at them or something.
Yeah.
It's only a couple of weeks, Pete, till we're down the smoke for that Titanic do.
Yeah. 18th, yeah.
The 2nd.
Right.
Well, that's a bit of a difference. Which is it, the 18th or the 2nd?
Well, the tickets are for the 2nd.
You're in London. You're in London next Sunday, aren't you?
No,
you're playing Arsenal.
No, it's Wolves
Playing
next
Arsenal?
week. No, Wolves
Where?
next week.
Oh,
Wolves next
there
week.
you go.
13th, we're at down at Gunners.
Brentford's Arsenal's next game.
Yeah, that's on the
Wolves are
Saturday.
doing
isn't
very
it?
well at the moment.
Brentford. So,
Talking of the Titanic, it's
yeah,
it's an anniversary on the 29th of the Sun Princess capsizing.
Oh, really? Oh, hang on. Say that one again, Scotty.
Has that been scrapped yet, or is it still lying on its side?
I don't know. It was off Thailand, 2013.
Yeah, I think they are gradually dismantling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't be long, Derek, before the Herald comes around again as well, that anniversary.
No, we won't forget that one in a hurry.
No.
We'll be there.
First week in March, somewhere around there.
Yeah. No, well, I'll be down near David then.
What date are you? What date are you down here, Scotty?
I think it's about the 7th of March.
7th of March.
Only for a week, yeah.
All right. Okay. Right. No,
I'll give you a call.
Lovely. Lovely. That'd be great. It'd be great. Hey, Bob, it's lucky that we had the anniversary last week, because I don't think I'd have enjoyed my trip up to Blackpool last week.
You would. Yeah, you would. It was blowing a hooligan, mate. Freezing cold. It was nothing. You getting beat. What could you ask for more?
Well, what more? I could have gone to Swansea, had the same weather conditions, and still got beaten. Yeah, right. Lucky Taffy's not in here tonight.
Yeah, so we've got Cardiff. We're away to Cardiff next week.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Right. You won't be going though, will you?
Nah. Nah, it's too far.
I went to Blackpool once, one of Dave Huntley's weddings. I was the best man.
Where?
Dave Huntley, the butcher.
I mean, I didn't know he got married there in Blackpool.
Yeah, he got married in Blackpool. So it's a telephonist on the Canberra.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in touch with Dave quite regular.
Yeah. It didn't last very long, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen him since either.
I'm not sure if Dave thinks it's Arthur or Martha. He's this thing is in the Philippines now, but I'm led to believe it's one of these sex change things that he's with.
Oh,
well, it's quite normal these days, isn't it?
Well, I suppose it is. Yeah, yeah.
You can't get anything else nowadays, can you?
Not in the Philippines.
And this has got nothing to do with that conversation at all, but Bobo has just sent a message.
Yeah, I just got it too.
Yeah. It's got nothing to do with that, but he just says, sorry guys, only just got back from our dinner, couldn't find a taxi. He said, I'll catch up with you next Sunday. All right, that's Bobo, because he still tries to get in wherever he is, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That was just a coincidental timing. All right, we knew her, Martha, didn't we?
Very well, yeah.
Very well.
Colonel, if they don't know the Polari,
yeah. Okay, you're right, Fruit. Yeah, I know.
It's a bit of Polari.
And also talking about the luncheon, this will please may please you, is that we've changed our plans. And we are going to be in the hotel on the Thursday night before the luncheon. That way, otherwise, would be too much of a rush getting to Southampton for my sisters. So I guess on the Thursday night, I'll be available to socialise.
What hotel you're staying at, John?
Staying in the same one.
Oh, the Novotel. That's where I should be staying.
Yeah.
I stayed there.
Which was the one we stayed in? That was opposite. Was that?
That's the Ibis.
Ibis. Okay, I'm going to book there again.
Yeah.
The other one, the cheap one, is the bargain something or other. I forget what that's called.
Yeah, me and Alan and Munson are staying down in the Travel Lodge.
Yeah, that's the one I've got in the Travel Lodge as well.
Where's the Travel Lodge?
Okay, yeah.
Opposite the Juniper Berry?
Yeah, it's right opposite.
Right, yeah, it's a good walk then, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you walk across the road and go up the steps to the Juniper Berry, or go around the little alleyway and you come out opposite the Standing Order of the Weatherspoons.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Red Lion.
And the Red Lion's not very far away, Scotty.
Hey, but did you see, you know, when we had the last lunch last year, when we went back round to the Juniper Berry, I think on the way round, we went past the Red Dog Saloon.
Ah.
Yeah.
I remember the photograph. Yeah.
Red Dog Saloon, you know, Mark II. Yeah, that was
myself, you and Brendan.
That's right. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Talking of bars beginning with red, what about the Red Garter?
Oh yeah.
San Francisco.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you remember the Red Garter?
That was a must if you was overnight there.
What, Jim?
So you remember the Red Garter jazz band that used to come and play us off?
That fire engine. Didn't they have a fire engine or something?
And the fire engine.
I think they did, yes. They used to have red, white, and blue striped jackets, didn't they?
Yeah.
Striped waistcoats.
And
they used to play on the quayside when we sailed.
Yeah, but there was a fire engine as well, wasn't there?
There was. Yeah. We left there one night, Jim, and there was somebody slouched over the bonnet of your hire car. Can you remember that?
Wasn't me, Derek.
Yeah, it was. It was the it was the Mustang, the car.
I was slouched over it.
No, not you. Somebody else.
I don't remember that.
but you reversed out, and the person fell off the front, and that was the last we saw of them.
Was he cremated?
You got a better memory than me, Scotty.
It was. I think it was a local. Yeah.
And I know you were mentioning about, I think it might have been last week or whenever, but you know, Martin Clunes has been doing all those Pacific Islands.
Yes, excellent program.
Really, very, very good. We've just watched one of the recordings, I think, while we were away from last week, and being in Tonga and all that. That was part of his trip. You know, that particular episode. Very, very good. Yeah, loved it. What was the name of the hotel? There was a hotel out there, wasn't there?
Dateline. The Dateline.
That was,
Dateline, that was
Line,
it.
that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
wasn't that in Pango Pango?
There was one in Pango Pango.
Yeah.
There was also one in Tonga.
Yeah, probably the same owners. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
There was trade winds in Fiji, wasn't it?
Trade winds in Suva, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Isolate, was it?
Isolate.
That was in Suva as well, I think, Charlie. Yeah.
Isolate. Yeah, that rings a bell. I don't know where it was though.
Or Isolate, or whatever they called it.
Isolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Not
the song.
Isolate.
I've only heard of Isolate in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, right. No, Charlie, you
Yes.
you have been, are you coming over to the UK this year?
Should be over beginning of May.
Crikey, hey, that's not far. That's not long.
No. And
Well,
then I'll
go
be
to
back
the
again in
reunion.
September. Sorry?
You could go down to Southampton for the reunion.
When is that?
The 20th. isn't it?
20th of May.
Unfortunately, my brother gets married in Ireland on the 20th.
So are you there? Are you,
Actually, I
That's
think
a
you told
Friday.
us before. I
Yes.
think you told us that before, Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, he can come as well.
Yeah. I think he's going to be rather busy that day himself. So, yeah.
maybe any time when you're over, wherever you may be, Charlie, we'd like to meet up.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be over for about a month in May, so there'll be a window there, I'm sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I'll touch base with you nearer the time in that sense.
Yeah. And maybe Morris, if you could arrange with Brendan for one of your old geezer walks to walk over to Southampton, be a lot easier.
I think the term old geezer kind of gives away the fact that I don't think we're close to that. Oh dear.
Definitely.
Who's normally up around London way?
Marsh is because it's flat.
Having just mentioned old geezers, I don't want to actually speak to anybody now because they might get the wrong idea, you know. Apart from Colonel, Colonel is just right. Colonel. So
Yes.
I did in discussion actually with Fruity. We are coming up to traffic light time, but I'll have to put that up. But I have got a question. You know, talking with Oscar. What Fruity, is that right? There will be a recording this week, but not an Oscar tale. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I've sent John a sort of little thing I did when I was out in Australia last time, a bit of an interest thing. Is that what you're going to use, John?
Yes, Trudy. It's already in the can, yeah.
It was a tour I did when I was staying with friends in Victoria. You know, watch it if you want. If not, just turn the video off.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good. Sounds really good.
Yeah, but hopefully, if Oscar's managed to do the script, and I get it tomorrow, we will have an Oscar tale for next week, which is still the Orient Line.
Is that ever going to come to a conclusion, Trudy?
Maybe 2 or 3. I don't know whether. I don't know. Yeah,
It's only got 250 years to do, John.
No,
let's hope he doesn't decide to do Cunard or something, or BI.
Oh, hey, yeah. No, look. Without talking about the Cunard, hang on. Let's get that off. Where is it? The background, back to 0. Nothing, none on this one. So look, this is the book. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And it is the book of the final trip, you know, in 67. And I know some of you will have seen, but it's only come into interest with me since I met up with the captain's daughter. And she plays table tennis with me on a Friday morning. And that's no word of a lie, because her dad was this Captain John Treasure Jones.
Right.
don't know if any of you guys will have ever heard of him.
I've heard the name.
Yeah. So I've got the book as well, Dave. I think.
Have you really?
I think so.
Yeah, it was very precious.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a treasure. It's a treasure. All right. Yeah, it is. It is. So
precious. It's not a gold ring, is it?
Don't go on about rings. All right.
Is that the Queen Mary you're saying?
In fact, that was one of the first waiters, wingers I met on the Canberra was called Big Mary. No, not Big Mary. She was called Queen Mary. Well, that's an unusual name for a bloke, isn't it? You know. But anyway, Queen Mary went up the pig on the first night in full drag, and I didn't even recognise her. I said, "Who's that old tart?" You know, and he said, "It's me, dear."
There was only one.
Hey, look, we're not talking about Martha's and Martha.
There was only one Big Mary who could fart like a trooper.
Yeah, we know who that was.
Yeah, Dave.
Yes.
Dave, just go back to Queen Mary. I've got two. One was called 3 Stacks and You're Out. That was about its last voyage.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And that's the original one I got a few years back in some museum.
Bloody hell! Excellent.
Yeah, we saw it in
the whole history, though.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Well, Nick, you said you did the visit over there and stayed on there, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. It's a real, like, it's getting up almost 85 years of age, and as I said, they've let it get into disrepair because they just haven't invested in it. But they say it's going to cost more money to scrap it than to renovate it. But they may actually have to take it into a dry dock because the hull. And you can't sit on in a hull like that in the water for 40 or 50 years without some consequences.
Yeah, right.
But they will save it, but I don't know. It's how they can't make money out of it. I don't know. It's like walking back in history. Have you been on it, John?
Yes, I have. Only when I worked on the ship, so Nick, I haven't been back there since.
Yeah.
But saying that. Bubba was going to come in tonight, and I will show you his last little bit of video from the QE2 in Dubai. I'll post that as well. Yeah,
I remember going on the Queen Mary in Long Beach.
Yeah.
I don't remember coming off.
Yeah, I went on there once as well. I think I went with Andy Stageman and his wife.
Yeah, I've been on there as well. I was with Phil Butcher, I think, and Paul Ray, who was shop manager. But I'd say that was many years ago.
I was on it about 5 years ago.
Yeah. This would have been in the 70s.
Yeah. We're in the fall.
Did they remember you, Bob? Did they remember you?
He's got his photograph.
The captain did. They had a captain there showing people around. A proper captain. Yeah.
In fact, Dave, didn't we do a scene from your movie going over the Queen Mary?
We did a helicopter flight over the Mary.
Right.
Yes.
I'll insert that right now.
Is that...
Isa volangilah sedina namulako nararawakina lava bega ko amai thakawa namulako nasengani lasa.
That from Port of Call.
Right, so it's only because Gizzy was in his helicopter the other week. We'll do the same. It's all right.
I'll insert that right now. But listen, it's time to go, Dave. So let's
all right. Okay. Look, boys, we know what to do. We'll start waving, and Colonel will start that wonderful music, and we'll look forward to the story from you this week, Fruity. So thanks very much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Lovely. So hello everyone, I just met with Bobo now, part of our tour of the QE2. Just want to say hello to all the staff sitting in the crew bar at the moment. We still have our one online, the Pig in the Whistle, and we still use it very fondly for our staff gatherings. So just hello to everyone
Good.
from the QE2.
Chris, I just want to say you did an excellent job, and I know the guys at the crew bar will like to watch this video, and I wish you all the best with the rest of your tours, and you have a great day. And I know you've got another tour at 1 o'clock, is it?
Another one at 3.
At 3, okay.
Yes.
All right, thanks very much, Chris.
In February 2020, I spent 2 weeks with my very good friends Liz and Pete Wigmore in Daylesford, which is in Victoria, Australia. Liz and I grew up in Overton, living just a couple of doors away from each other from when we were both very young, and have always remained good friends ever since. Her husband Pete came from a neighbouring town 4 miles away. Over the years I had the opportunity to visit them many times in Australia, first going back to the 1970s when I worked for P&O Cruises, and since then while on holiday. Whenever I stay with them, we always try to explore and find interesting places to visit. On my last holiday with them in 2017, Liz told me of a tour she had seen and she thought would be of interest, and on my arrival in 2020 gave me the news it was booked. I might add, in the past these tours have included visiting breweries, cideries, and with the opportunity to sample the goods, of course, a gold mine, a prison, an old signalling box, Hanging Rock, but the weather that day was certainly no picnic. We also became good at finding suitable hostelries for pub lunches. For this trip we had to leave early in the morning on what was to be a 2-day tour with an overnight stop. Although I knew what we were going to be seeing, I was absolutely amazed, and it was well worth the long journey. If you ever get the chance to visit Victoria, it's well worth doing the tour. The Spanner Man. 3 hours out of Melbourne, in the small farming community of Boort, is one of the world's most unusual artists. John Piccoli welds giant sculptures out of spanners, earning him the nickname the Spanner Man. His garden is littered with dozens of larger-than-life sculptures of mermaids, marlin, and even a full horse and wagon. It all started when he leased out his mixed grain and stock farm after running it for 3 decades from his wheelchair. John, who sadly has passed away now, got polio in 1949, so grew up with having the disability that I've got, Mr. Piccoli said. Once I leased the farm, there was nothing really left to do, so something had to fill the void. And because the spanners happened to be in boxes in the sheds, I thought I'd start by making them into something, and it grew from that. John uses blocks and tackles in the workshop to move the heavy sculptures around. He buys most of the spanners at swap meets around Victoria, or by the thousands in batches from his local hardware store. He has created more than 100 sculptures using more than 100,000 spanners so far. John does not use plans or drawings and works only from memory, and said he had not made a mistake yet. At around $2 a spanner, John had to find a way to fund his sculpting, so he started letting visitors come through. The Silo Art Trail. Celebrate the rich heritage of Victoria's Wimmera Marley region with a journey along the Silo Art Trail, the country's biggest outdoor gallery. Cruise from town to town and witness this innovative art project that sees renowned street artists from Australia and across the globe transform wheat silos into giant works of art. For more than 100 years, Victoria's towering wheat silos have defined the state's rural landscape, and when Brisbane street artist Guido van Helten created his famous Farmers Quartet on the Brim silos in 2015, it captured the imagination of the town and inspired the Silo Art Trail project. The trail brings together internationally recognised street artists Julia Volkova, Guido van Helten, Fintan McGee, Matt Adnate, Kathy N, Sam Bates, known as Smug, Travis Vincent, known as Drapple, and Joel Fergie, known as the Zookeeper, and Roan. It takes in 8 of Victoria's smallest towns, and you can find these momentous murals in Sheep Hills, Brim, Sea Lake, Patchawallick, Lascelles, Nullawil, Rosebery and Rupanya. A unique art project that is still evolving. The Silo Art Trail has already revitalised the towns and brought thousands of new visitors to the region. Sea Lake. The town of Sea Lake is the most recent addition to the trail, the local silo having been adorned with an artwork by Drapple and the Zookeeper. This mural pays homage to nearby Lake Tyrrell and the Burong people, with their deep connection to both the night sky and the salt lake. The artwork depicts a young girl swinging from the branch of a Marley eucalyptus, looking out over the reflective surface of the lake. A wedge-tailed eagle flies overhead and a trio of emus cluster nearby. Vibrant colouring completes the work, as day gives way to night and night to day, in a region that is famous for its vivid sunrises and sunsets. Lascelles. Renowned Melbourne street artist Roan has painted the images of a local couple, Jeff and Marilyn Horman, on the silos at Lascelles in the Wimmera Marley, Victoria. The town has a population of only just 48 people on a good day, but Roan selected the Hormans above all others. They are a humble couple who are both wise and knowing, and who have nurtured the town with their vast farming experience and long-standing connection to the area. Their family has lived in the area for 4 generations, and Jeff and Marilyn were both born in the district and then married later in Lascelles in 1967. Together with their 2 sons and now their families, they have continued the family tradition of wheat farming and strong community involvement. In mid-2017, Roan worked for 2 weeks to transform these 2 1939 Grain Corp silos, which now portray Jeff and Marilyn looking over their hometown forever. Patchawallick. Patchawallick is a very small town in the northwest region of Victoria. It also marks the beginning of the Silo Art Trail from its northern end. They were painted by a Brisbane artist by the name of Fintan McGee. For inspiration for his silo mural and to get to know the people of the area, Fintan booked a room at the local pub so he could mix among the local community. It wasn't long before he met the subject for the Patchawallick silos, a hard-working, lanky local by the name of Nick Noodle Holland, who exemplified the no-nonsense, hard-working spirit of the region. Brim. In January 2016, 9 months after the completion of the northern silos in Western Australia, Brim, in the Wimmera Marley region of Victoria, was painted by world-renowned Australian artist Guido van Helten. The Brim mural infused the town and region of the Marley with newfound energy. It offered anticipation of positive growth and prosperity for the surrounding farmers and families of the area, and was the beginning of the Silo Art Trail in Victoria. The faces on the mural are anonymous, but they are said to portray a multi-generational quartet of farmers, both male and female, who show the strength and resilience that is required to be a country Victorian farmer. Rosebery. The Grain Corp silos at Rosebery were completed in late 2017. Before commencing her artwork on the Rosebery silo, Melbourne-based artist Kath Iane spent time in the Marley assisting Roan on the Lascelles Silo Mural project. She also used this time to travel between the neighbouring communities, discovering the natural wonders of the environment around her, and acquainted herself with the local families, farmers and business owners of the area, identifying the elements that she felt truly represented the spirit and tenacity of the Marley. On one silo, she captures the images of a young female farmer, a strong woman who is used to the hardships of the land. Her clothes are work shirt and jeans with turned-down cowboy boots and depict the life she lives, her suffering through drought and the other hardships of the land. On the other silo is a man sharing a tender moment with a very close friend. He portrays the image of the typical Marley farmer with his Akubura hat, boots and oilskin vest, whereas the horse, with head bent, shows its mutual trust, love and genuine affection for his companion and owner. Sheep Hills. When you round the corner in Sheep Hills and see the silos for the first time, you are absolutely blown away by the colours and the sheer splendour of this silo. Adnati, who was a Melbourne-based artist, has spent much of his career telling the stories of Indigenous people and their native lands by painting wonderful murals of them throughout Australia. To get inspiration for his mural, Adnati spent time among the Barangi Gajin Land Council in northwest Victoria, building friendships and getting to know the people better. Adnati's mural is of Wagea elder named Uncle Ron Marks, along with a Jotapaluk elder, Auntie Regina Hood. They both stand beside two young children, Savannah Marks and Courtney MacDonald. Rupanyup. Rupanyup is a small country town in rural Victoria, and it marks the beginning of the Silo Art Trail when arriving from the direction of Melbourne. Rupanyup Silo Art is the work of Russian mural artist Julia Volkova, who turned her attention to the town's youth and great love of team sport. The work vividly captures the spirit of community and provides an accurate insight into rural youth culture. The featured faces are those of Rupanyup residents and local sporting team members Ebony Baker and Jordan Weidman. Fresh-faced and dressed in their sporting attire, netball and Australian rules football respectively, Baker and Weidman embody a youthful spirit of strength, hope and camaraderie. Accomplished over several weeks and unveiled in early 2017, the mural quietly honours the integral role that sport and community play in rural Australian populations.